Hello. Welcome to my random DIY. So in my bedroom of the Bower, my lovely 1910 house, my bedroom is situated in what I believe was an addition, um, somewhere around the 50s, or at least it was renovated in the 50s. And I have this lovely paneling. Pardon the bright light. But it lacks a bit of character, and I have been following. I've talked about it on other videos. Chateau Diaries, and she has shown these beautiful Ciel beautiful bed crowns. But I live in West Virginia. The odds of me finding a lovely French bed crown are very, very small. So I wondered what I could do to make my own and on a budget, because I just bought this house. So if you don't know, buying a house means you have to buy things you never expected to buy. And honestly, my bedroom is still kind of just the dumping ground. It's where I just put things until I know where I want them to go. For example, see, I need to do something about the closet. I mean, that's a future video, but, and that, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about making something to give my bed some kind of like headboard situation. Right now, it's just the paneling flanked by two lamps. So, what I did was, while I was pondering this, I went on eBay, and you can find Ciel for sale for thousands. My goal to spend for this was somewhere between $50 and $75. 75 would be the absolute max. That's what I could budget to make it work. So I sat down, and while I was on eBay, it does the suggested based on what you're looking at. And down in the corner, I saw these wall shelves, like Hollywood Regency, Victorian Revival wall shelves. I'll put some scrolling of the things that it was showing me. And I did eventually find one that I thought I could adapt in a fun way. And I'll be showing that whole process as I do it. And so once I had that, it also suggested matching wall sconces. And a lot of the CLDs like go over to like curtain tiebacks, or some manner of making the whole swoop happen with the curtains. And so I went on a search for those. I did find some that looked good with the shelf I chose. I did pare back. I did not go full on crazy with the detailing, because I needed to, find a way for the curtains that I have. I have found some curtains at Goodwill. They're currently hanging on a window. They're coming off that window. Which I actually need to put like a heat blocking curtain in that window, so it's fine. So I'm taking those curtains down, and I'm going to attempt to attach them to the bed crown without sewing, because I may want to change the fabric in the future, and I don't want to ruin these curtains. I want them to still be curtains if necessary. So just stick with me as I do some experimentation, DIY experimentation, trying to turn this blank wall into a French-inspired Ciel de lit, or bed crown. A lot of the Ciel de lits have like full curtain backs. Mine will not, because I want to use it more as a frame for my Fancy Lady gallery wall that I've talked about that will go up underneath the swag. So, with that being said, that's the intro, and let's get into some time-lapsey, drilly experimentation. See you all soon. First off, let me show you what I ended up choosing. So I got this wall shelf. It's intended to hang in this direction. However, if you flip it upside down, it has a very crown kind of silhouette. And this bar here gives me something to loop the curtains over. So then it will come down this way. I also found, apart from, I got some trim. I don't know if that's going to be too much to add. That's for future decisions. And then I wanted to find like a similar gold tone. So here's the sconces that will constitute as curtain tiebacks. They will obviously be spaced further apart. Yeah, so let me get the drill and let's get going. So the first order of business was to pre-drill the holes for the crown portion. Should have been easier than it was. Then I discovered that my screws were far too short. Of course, it took trial and error to discover this. Finally found the right screws, but alas, I am short, and I couldn't quite get the right angle on the screws. Kept trying though. It was about this point in time my friend called and asked if I wanted to go to lunch. I said yes, so she was coming to pick me up. I kept trying. I got the screw on the right in about halfway, and that's when I decided to shift my tansu chest over so I could get a little more height. This oak paneling though is old, and oak gets harder the older it is. My friend had just arrived at this point. I asked her to lend an arm to She's very helpful with her phone. Thank you, Laura. So, my dad was in town, and I asked him to swing by and provide some arm assistance. And he got it done very quickly. After that, it was a pretty easy job to measure out where I wanted the sconces and drill the holes for that. Again, an extra pair of hands made this very easy work. It would have been a lot less precise had I been doing it myself. And inevitably, it probably would have been uneven. So, thanks, Dad, so much for your help. Success. So the next step is figuring out how to get these curtains up onto the crown portion. So I was attempting to use these stretchy tie back things. They did not go through the holes. So next idea is Velcro. So let's see if this works. Hey everyone, it's going well so far, I think. You tell me. I've decided that more is more. So that fringe that I showed you in the beginning, I have cut it to size and added that sticky Velcro that I used on the curtains to this. And now I'm going to attach it to the bottom of the crown. So here we go again. It's done! Huge thanks to my dad, who was doing his normal dad stuff, taking my sister to get her car from the airport. So he swung by and offered brute strength to help me with the screw situation, and it was greatly appreciated. Otherwise, I could not have got this done in one afternoon. And so let's do a quick walkthrough, give you the whole experience. First of all, ignore the sounds of my washing machine. I had to do laundry, but so we'll walk in here. Over there's my little chair corner that I love. Air conditioner, which is an unfortunate necessity. But then we come in, and there she is. La la la. I went and found I've had this tapestry for a very long time, and I finally have a place to put it. If somebody knows a good way to hang this safely, please let me know. Right now it's being held up with thumbtacks. But there's my Tansu chest. There's some of my fancy lady art. Got suitcases. This is my hope chest my grandfather made for me. Here's all my fancy lady pictures so far. And then there she is. The bed crown. Le Ciel de lit. On a budget. And then in this corner we have my lantern, which acts as my jewelry hanger. And my Harry Potter robe. Because that's an essential. So here it is. I'm quite happy with it. I haven't decided if I'm going to put anything in the sconces there, or just leave them as is. I kind of just like them as they are. Lots of pillows. My bedding isn't very French, but I didn't want my room to be just French. I just want elements of everything because I like it all. So there it is. Now, so the fancy lady pictures, I had them arranged in a way, and my original thought was to put them there in that void. I don't think I like that anymore. So I think the fancy lady gallery wall is now going to be here. Lovely blackout curtains. Again, a necessity. But yeah, so maybe next video we'll be arranging this gallery wall. I also have plans to make my ceiling just a little more fancy because it's drop ceiling. Now they are, you know, not terrible for drop ceiling tiles. They have some texture and some dimension. So I have thoughts on how to, again, on a budget, make it fit the rest of my decor a bit. So let me spin you around. There you have it. Ciel de lit on a budget. I will drop here somewhere my exact total, but I think I stayed within my $50 to $75 plan. Let me know your thoughts, comments, suggestions. Now in the future I would want longer fabric that would go to the floor like a normal Ciel de lit, but that's not what I had. I had these curtains. I made it work. So again, there she is. Thanks everyone so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want more like this, please let me know. My channel is going to be a mix of things, not just vintage reselling. I like showing how I use vintage things, because these sconces and that shelf are also vintage, but you gotta look at new ways of using them to make them work for you. So I can do that, I think, when inspiration strikes. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again. Of course, thumbs up, subscribe, do the things if you want to see more, and I will see you the next time. Thanks everyone. Thanks for joining me on my quest for vintage, oddities, and antiques.